Hello class, here we are well into the third quarter, focusing on persuasion. This is for your upcoming persuasive speeches at the end of this unit, and also for the Lincoln-Douglas debates that are just a few weeks away. Sometimes when discussing persuasion as Christians, people begin to wonder if it's really okay. Is it biblical? Is it ethical to try to persuade others to your opinion? Is that manipulative? Is it right? I would say the answer is yes. It can be right if it's handled the right way. What are you trying to convince the person of? What methods or tactics are you using to persuade them? Are you lying? Are you glazing over important, relevant details? Are you not considering all the factors? And the idea that you're trying to convince them of, is it biblical? Does it contradict Scripture? So the answer to those questions would determine if your argument is biblical and ethical, and if your methods are biblical and ethical. And if they are, I would say yes, it's a very good thing. The Apostle Paul, he used persuasion when he was preaching, and he was persuading them to believe the gospel, and that was a very good and right thing. Peter did the same thing, and many, many others, and most preachers, I would say, use persuasion, if not all of them. And so it's not wrong, but it's the methods you're using and the idea that you're trying to persuade them of. Is it a right idea or is it a wrong idea? So to persuade rightly and ethically, you need to do some self-evaluation. And you also need to do your research. Don't be lazy and just get a couple good ideas and present them, because study it out, research it, and you'll know your stuff, and you'll know what you're talking about, and you'll be more credible, but you'll be less likely to overlook important factors in your argument. Okay, so what makes up a good argument? In class this week, we talked about Aristotle's 3 rhetorical appeals: ethos, pathos, and logos, and how you want a good balance of the 3 of these. Really, it's character or credibility, effective use of emotion, and reason to construct a logical, effective argument. If you have a balance of these 3, your argument will be most effective and you'll be most persuasive. I think all of us have seen ineffective argument in action. So as you can see, I've created a little cartoon here to illustrate poor persuasion in action. And you can probably tell why I am the English teacher and not the art teacher, but you'll get the idea. And you've all seen this scenario. Perhaps you're shopping at Walmart and a parent is leaving with their child, and the child runs out into the parking lot, not really looking where they're going. And you've probably seen good and bad, but let's talk about the bad one. The parent flips out, starts yelling at the child, is irate, and goes on a long rant, calling the child names, and the child's just sitting there sobbing. Sorry, that was the bell. The child is just sitting there sobbing, not really hearing what the parent's saying because of the blur and obnoxious roar of their emotion. Not really effective parenting. Not the parent at their finest moment, though we all make mistakes. So what would be a better way of using emotion effectively to strengthen your argument? So what could the parent have done? Perhaps they could have taken the child to the car, set him down, and just shared some wisdom, showed concern, showed interest. A parent would have that authority and hopefully a good track record of credibility with the child and being consistent and showing authority. And also have a good balance of reasoning, letting the child know, he could get hurt. So using a good combination of those 3, ethos, pathos, and logos, will really strengthen your argument. Of course, you're using a more professional form of argumentation here. You're not just trying to persuade your parent to let you go out with your friends or something like that. But in any situation like that, a good balance of those three will help you be heard. And I just want you to keep that in mind as you prepare for your debate and for your upcoming persuasive speech. I really look forward to these debates this year. It's a big deal. Every year it keeps getting bigger. This year we're going to have a film crew, and it's going to be off the school campus over across the lake. And so it's going to be really great. So I look forward to seeing your hard work and seeing it all come together.